Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna actually do something a little different and read a fanfiction for your boyfriend. I did get permission to do this. I'm not gonna monetize the video at all because because it's not my work. I just thought it would be fun to read some fanfiction here. So let's begin. The summary. One morning, you wake up to find yourself trapped inside the digital world of your boyfriend. Only here, everything is unsettling real. You struggle to carve out a resemblance of normal life, but whatever storm rolls in, you're plagued with flashes of something terrible, fragments of blood, fear, and a pair of piercing blue eyes. No matter how hard you try to stay visible, it seems to draw attention of a stalker you feared most. Okay, we are gonna refer to ourselves as digital, only because what's my username? Not YN this time. It'd be kind of weird to have two YNs, even though I know people that had someone in my class that we really had the exact same name. Chapter 1. So much for that plan. Crash. Thunder splits the sky. The sound of violence rattles through your bones. It makes the ground seem to tremble beneath your soaked shoes. Water clings heavily to your jeans. Each step a splash. Every breath a fire in your lungs. You wipe at the rain, stinging your eyes, forcing your legs to move faster. And against every instinct, you risk a glance over your shoulder. There he is, a shadow pacing you with uneven calm, each stride measured, deliberate, unhurried. He doesn't need to run. The storm parts just enough for you to see the glow of those penetrating blue eyes fixed on you, cutting clean through the current of rain. Your chest lurches, panic spikes. You don't see the uneven pavement until your foot hooks, and then the world is tilting, falling. Beep, beep, beep. Your arm drags you out of the nightmare, a brutal jolt that flings you from tangled sheets onto the floor. You hit with a glacial thud. Oh, ow. Half your blanket is tangled around your leg in a snare. You push upright, squinting against the invasive sunlight, stabbing through your blinds. On any autumn morning, the rain streaking your window might look beautiful, droplets catching light like glass beads. But to you, it's a warning. Rain never means peace. Not anymore. It means anxiety. It means paranoia. It means those cursed visions that curl tighter every time the cloud gathered. They haunted you since the day you woke up here, disoriented and terrified, trapped in a world that should have been nothing more than pixels and code. You built a passable routine. Steady hours at the coffee shop, a shoebox apartment just 2 blocks away, and a careful talent for keeping your head down. Most importantly, you've gone good at avoiding him. Peter. You shouldn't matter to him. Logically, you remind yourself you're not YN. Not tied to the game's main cast at all. Just another background face. Safe, forgettable. Except Peter isn't like the rest of them. He knows. Not everything, maybe. Just enough to recognize that he's in a game. Enough that he might notice when something or someone doesn't belong. Or when someone might be the old player of the game. Because doesn't he actually love the player more than YN? You backtrack cracks as you bend for your phone. Finally yanking free of the blanket's chokehold. The glowing screen makes your stomach plummet. Late. Crap. You scramble upright, only for the blanket to betray you again, tangling your foot and sending you sprawling face first into the floor with a groan. Hey, hi, hey, good morning. You rattle off greetings as you all but sprint through the coffee shop, waving between coworkers with the grace of a drunk pinball. You stagger, regain balance, only to chip your shoulder on the doorframe to the employee room. Oh, ouch, 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 you hiss, rubbing your shoulder. You skid to a stop at the punch card station, fumbling for your slip, only to realize you've already been clocked in. Your wave pours through you, and your long exhale. You tuck the card back into the slot, tense bleeding out of your shoulders. You know I can't always cover for you. Oh, we got TK here, too. Jean leans casually in the doorframe, braces gulting when she... Jin leans casually in the doorway, braces glistening when she grins. The bright blue rubber bands she picked out this week make her smile look more mischievous. You're lucky the boss is in today. He flashes a sleepless grin while snagging your apron from its hook. I really owe you, Jin. She waves a hand with exaggerated flair. Oh, it's nothing, really. You narrow your eyes, waiting for it, and there is Jin slides closer, lashes fluttering, eyes syrupy, a voice syrupy with false innocence. But I could use someone to cover my shift Saturday. You snort, tugging your apron string tight around your waist. And let me guess, that someone's me. She face lights up like a Christmas tree. Yep, if you're offering. You shake her head, amused despite yourself. Jen could be a lot, but she's been nothing but kind since you first started here, helping you navigate the chaos of the espresso machine, cranky regulars, and life in a city that still felt too strange around the edges. Especially when you have Peter. Covering a shift Saturday was the least you could do. The sharp ding in the front bell cuts through your thoughts. Coming, you call, brushing your palms against your apron. As you step out of the playroom, you look up mid-sentence, smiles already in place. Hi, how can I help you? And then the world stops. The clatter of customers dissolves into dull static, as if someone had cut the sound of reality. The smell of coffee, the clatter of mugs, even the low hum of the milk steamer, all of it fades, because standing in the other side of the counter, staring right at you, are those eyes, blue, piercing, unblinking. Peter. You open and close your mouth like a fish before forcing a small cough to clear your throat. Peter watches you with a faint caress in his brow, confusion flickering in expression. Sorry, can I help you? You summon your brightest customer service smile, hoping it hides the laden weight sinking your stomach. Right, of course. Day 3 of the game's script. The coffee scene. How could you not have forgone? Peter doesn't answer right away. He just studies you. Blue eyes, flat and unblinking, holding your gaze a little too long, a little too still. By the time he finally rattles off his order, your nerves are already frayed. There's something about being this close to him, knowing what you know, that makes your skin crawl. Like you're compliant in a secret he hasn't uncovered yet. And if he's ever realized you were in it, hello? You blink, jolted back into a moment. He waved a hand in front of your face. Oh, you laugh awkwardly. The sound brittle. Sorry. Haven't had my caffeine yet. Haven't had any caffeine yet. It meant to be a joke, but Peter doesn't so much as twitch. He glances down at his phone, thumb scrolling, his impatience sharp in the air between you. Right, the script says he has to go to Dad's damn diner soon, to YN. You quickly turn, busying yourself with his drink, or at least you try. Keyword try. Every moment betrays you. You bump your hip against the counter with an audible clunk. You knock your knuckles, reaching for the latte powder. The milk nearly boiling over before you yank it away, burning your fingertips on the steel pitcher. Each little mishap earns a muttered ouch, stacking up into an embarrassing symphony of clumsiness. Normally it's a joke, something your coworkers tease you about, lighthearted and harmless, but not here. Not with him watching. Peter stares relentless, a weight pressing against the back of your neck. By the time you slide the steaming drink across the counter, your smile feels plastered on with duct tape. Here you go, enjoy. Hey. What, Digital. Jin's voice calls from the back. Can you help me with this real quick? Yeah, just a sec. You glance over your shoulder, grateful for the distraction. But when you turn back, your lip dies in your throat. Peter hasn't moved. He's staring at you, gaze sharp, clinical, like a scientist observing something pinned under glass. The corner of his mouth twitches, not quite a smile, more like amusement at your expense. You swallow hard, forcing your lips into something polite. Have a good day. He lingers a bit too long, head tilted as though weighing a thought. Then he shakes it off, sliding the drink from the counter, striding briskly out the door without another word. The bell above the door jingles merrily in his wake, a cruel contrast to the knot of dread tying in your gut. You snag against the counter, drag a hand down your face. So much for avoiding him. Did you hear the diner got broken into? The question drifts across the counter, pulling your attention away from the broom in your hands. You pause mid-step, angling your ear near the two customers lingering over their third cup of coffee. Which one? That Dad's damn diner place? You grip the broom tighter. Right, the diner. You already knew about this part of the story. Peter breaking in, tearing the place up. It's supposed to happen, wasn't it? But knowing and hearing it out loud were two different things. Yeah, that one. Nothing was stolen, though. Someone just trashed the place. And more than that, anxiety tickles for you, though you don't know why. The events of the game shouldn't matter to you. You're not a main character. You're not even supposed to be evolved, and yet maybe a jaded employee, one of the woman muses. Her friend hums an agreement, and the clatter blurs into background noise again. You return to your sweeping, trying to shake the cold weight in your stomach. Still, the thought won't leave you. They don't know, do they, that either Dawn or Lucy was stuffed in the freezer. Oh yeah, because coffee route, you'll be either Dawn or Lucy. Digital, yank, nearly dropping the broom. Jen stands at the counter, lips pressed in a light pout. I've called you like 5 times. Oh, sorry. She rolls her eyes, giving your arm a light punch, not hard enough to sting. You're so spacey today. Feeling okay? She leans casually against the counter, picking at her chipped nail polish, layers of faded color flaking off like confetti. Yeah, you sigh, rolling your shoulder until it cracks. Just haven't been sleeping great. That much was true. What you couldn't tell, Jin, were the nightmares, the storms that seemed to follow you into sleep, the bone-deep paranoia whenever rain hit glass, or the concussions, the way you once hurled your favorite mug at the closet door because you swore you saw Peter Silhouette working inside. You opened it afterwards, trembling, only to find nothing but coats and dust. Jin gauze absently at her fingernail. Not a care in the world. Yeah, why don't you head home? Take a nap or something. You blink at her, caught off guard. You sure? There's still an hour till closing. She glances around the cafe. The place is nearly deserted. Only a couple of regulars nursing the kegs of their the cups. With a shrug, she pushes off the counter. Pretty sure I can handle it. Besides, you covered my shift Saturday, remember? You hesitate. Broom dangling uselessly in your hands. A bath and an early night sounds incredible. A chance to wash away the anxiety clinging to your skin since this morning's encounter. But part of you resists the urge of leaving, like home won't be any safer than here. Finally, you set the broom back in place, and lips press into the thin line. Okay, fine. Jin grins triumphantly, and waves you off like a mother shooing her kid out the door. As you step into the cold evening air, the lingering thought that kneels its way back in, Peter had been in the cafe today. The diner got trashed that night. The script was unfolding just as it should, and somehow that made you feel anything but safe. Peter's point of view. Peter pushed open the cafe's door, the small brass bell above it giving a cheerful ding that grated against his nerves. The smell hit him first, burnt espresso and cheap syrup. The same as always. It's almost comforting in a way. Almost comforting in the way any loop eventually became familiar. He knew this part of the script, day-free coffee shop. He was supposed to grab a drink before heading back to Dad's damn diner. Same line, same timing, same damn routine. But what he didn't expect was you. The barista behind the counter looked flustered, scrambling for composure. The second their eyes met his, he watched the way their mouth opened and closed without sound before they managed a small smile. I'm sorry. Can I help you? Peter tilted his head. That wasn't how it usually started. Normally, it was cheery, scripted greeting, fake smile with a spark of banter. This time, it was hesitation, raw, human, weird. He gave his order anyway, voice flat, eyes never leaving you. You tried to act casual, joking about not having caffeine yet. But he wasn't laughing. He didn't have the patience to entertain small talk, not when the script was already tugging at him to keep moving. He checked his phone, more out of habit than need, thumbs skimming the black screen that didn't show anything useful. Still, he kept staring. Something about you was off. Not in a glitchy way, nothing flickering or broken around you, just different. Your movement wasn't clean, polished animations. Your movement weren't clean, polished animations. They were messy, imperfect. You bumped your hip against the counter, knocked into the shelf, nearly spilled the milk. It was clumsy, awkward, and real. And your name, when your coworker called you from the back, Pierce's attention snapped back instantly. That name. It was ordinary enough, but when it left Jin's mouth, it hit him steadily, sharp, familiar, in a way he couldn't place, like deja vu, or a half-remembered dream. He mouthed it once under his breath, testing it before catching himself. You caught him staring then, the way he smiled. Tight, brittle, Desperate to end their interaction, only sharpened his expression. He lingered a moment longer, as if staring hard enough might pull the answer out of you. Before shaking his head, grabbing the drink, the bell jingled again as he left, the script tugging him down the street, towards the diner, towards YN, towards the rest of the day, and yet, as he walked, the name repeated itself in his mind, to familiar, unsettling familiar. This wasn't going out the way he had planned. Getting rid of YN's pathetic excuse of a roommate should have smoothed things out, removed at least one entertaining obstacle between him and his darling. Instead, Peter's mind kept wandering, circling back to something he shouldn't even be thinking about. A meaningless face, a meaningless name. He caught himself spacing out when he should have been focused on pruning away distractions. Worse, his lapse had made YN upset, snapping at him, forcing them to repeat themselves. The sting of that still burned. And then, insult on top of energy. They asked TK to walk them home. TK, the parasite, had a gall to smirk at him too. The nerve. Peter had nearly lost it right there, in front of everyone. His fingers had itched to wrap around the butthole's throat and squeeze until the grin broke. Witnesses be damned. He ground his teeth, kicked at loose rock on the sidewalk. It skid down the street, and he waited for a familiar pull in his chest, the visible tug of the script guiding him towards the next scene. He should be near YN's apartment right now, planning his next move. That was the way things always went. Predictable, controlled. So why was his head still full of them? That damn Briersta. They weren't supposed to matter. Just background filler. One of the countless extras that kept the world stitched together, and yet, the way they had looked at him, like they knew something they shouldn't, like they were in on a joke when no one else was, the way their words stumbled, unscripted, the clumsy, awkward movements that weren't polished loops, they hadn't felt like theirs. They hadn't felt like code. They felt alive. Alive in the same impossible way his darling did, or used to. Peter's shoe slammed in the same rock again, this time sending a ricochet off a street sign. With a metallic clang that echoed down the block, his chest heaved. Breath sharp, frustrated, not in his gut. This wouldn't do, not at all. And that's end of chapter 1. So, I'm just going to do one chapter a day. If you like my content, please subscribe, help out, and comment down below. See you guys next time.